course, of no concern to United, or indeed Coventry, who met tonight at Highfield Road. But as far as Coventry are concerned, the FA Cup is very much on their minds as they face their first final in 10 days' time when they head for Wembley and Tottenham Hotspur. It's been a good season for Coventry, with a respectable league position to put alongside that cup final appearance. For United, by comparison, the season has been a disaster. That bad start and then a home defeat by Wimbledon, FA Cup defeat by tonight's opponents Coventry, and on Monday their heaviest defeat of the season, 4-0 at Tottenham. So another crisis possibly looming at Old Trafford. But that contrasts with the high spirits at Highfield Road, where we join John Motson for the cup finalist Coventry against Manchester United.
It's not just that Wembley feeling that has Coventry supporters in buoyant mood. With 2 home matches left, they know that 2 wins could propel City to 5th in the First Division, and that would be their best ever league position. 6th in 1970, their highest to date. This then, with one exception, is the Coventry team that started the season last August and the one that's expected to play at Wembley next week. The absentee is Keith Houchin, who is recovering from a twisted ankle. So at number 10, Michael Ginn, with 4 goals in his last 9 games, continues to press for a Wembley place. Manchester United won't be sorry about Houchin's absence. It was his goal that knocked them out of the FA Cup in the 4th round. And after their 4-0 defeat at Spurs on Monday, United leave out John Severbeck, Jesper Olsen and Terry Gibson. In come Billy Garton, Arthur Orbiston and Peter Davenport. Referee is Howard King from Merthyr Tydfil, and it's Manchester United in red, Coventry in the blue and white stripes. Greg Downs in quickly, David Bennett, number 7. Some names you'll be getting used to on FA Cup final day and before. Brian Robson to Gordon Strachan. Phil Klein, the captain, number 5. This is Peake. Brian Robson, who's found Coventry a hoodoo team in the past. He's had 2 of his injuries sustained against them. This is Bennett. Phillips to Regis. Pickering is the player on the left. Paul McGrath. Colin Gibson, number 11. Billy Garton moving up from right back. Gibson again. And this is Garton. Strachan. And again. Strachan's shot struck his own player, who in fact was Colin Gibson, and it's a goal kick. Downs, Pickering. Oh, Ginn. Regis. This is Brian Burrows. McGrath. Burrows again. Phillips. McGrath. Ginn. And again Burrows. And now Brian Robson out to Strachan. Davenport. Duxbury. Orbiston. And that's Robson. And it still is. And now it's Gibson. And it's going to come to Strachan. And Manchester United playing here tonight for a little bit of pride, because their manager Alec Ferguson described their performance at Tottenham 2 days ago as embarrassing. And they've begun, it would appear, with a certain amount of determination here. Strachan shot. There's Whiteside to Strachan. 2 against 2 here for a minute. That was Brian Kilcline's header. Then Peake. Pickering to Phillips. David Bennett. On by Regis. Gin trying to get there. This is Bennett. Gin. Still Gin. Regis. Oh, and Pickering no, and Phillips no. Well, Cyril Regis worked hard to create that opening, and young Gary Walsh there, relieved in the end to see it go wide. It was a right old scramble. But Michael Gin got things moving on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Regis floated it across, off the defender, and David Phillips had the last touch. Strachan. Robson's moving into the centre-forward position here. This is Gibson. And still. And there, oh, Whiteside came in, and it's dropped in. Grizovic couldn't have done much about that. There appeared to be a deflection. Gibson got almost to the line. Norman Whiteside got a touch, and it got on the goalkeeper's arm and just trickled in. So Grizovic a bit unlucky, really. And Manchester United take the lead after 24 minutes. Regis to Pickering. McGrath. Regis, that was a powerful header. Oh, and Gin! Good stop by Gary Walsh. That was exciting football. Cyril Regis won it initially with a thumping header against Brian Robson. Just look at the power in the Regis jump. It ran through beyond McGrath. Gin got his shot in, a very good save going to his right by the 19-year-old Manchester United goalkeeper. This is Strachan. Robson's in a good position here. Oh, and look at the space for Davenport. Duxbury with the header, and Davenport this time foiled by Grizovic. But Davenport, who's just come back into the side, not at his sharpest there. He allowed David Bennett to whisk the ball away. An attack well orchestrated by Brian Robson, the captain. Ten minutes into the second half, and Manchester United, who've only won away once in the First Division this season before tonight, that was at Liverpool, have the lead here and possession with Strachan. Davenport. Gin covering plenty of ground. This is Regis. Appeals for hands turned down against Duxbury. Whiteside, Gibson away on the left. Stretching Peake a bit. Robson. Orbiston. This is Davenport. So it'll be Gibson to take the corner for Manchester United. Away by Pickering as far as Duxbury. Floated. Oh! Well, call it a cross, call it a shot, call it what you like. Steve Grizovic looked a little uneasy as Mike Duxbury curled that ball in with his left foot. Keeper touched it, it trickled along the crossbar and down the back of the net on the outside. Well, there's the crowd of 23,407, and Coventry's gates here have rocketed since the FA Cup run really got underway. Oh, that was a retaliatory challenge really by Kilcline, because he'd been the victim of a Whiteside shove a minute or two earlier, and he clipped at the ankles there all right from behind. Well, they say sometimes that Whiteside is as much sinned against as sinning. That was certainly his defence at the FA last week. For now, Robson will orchestrate the free kick with Strachan. And Peake clears for a corner. Oh, McGrath headed that on. Robson was there against the bar. Well, a grateful goalkeeper, Brian Robson's header, which could so easily have made it 2-0. Colin Gibson with the corner, the near post again, McGrath with the flick on, Robson unmarked against the bar and straight into the goalkeeper's hands. This is Davenport, Strachan, Pickering, McGrath. That's a decent ball. Davenport. And still. Well, Peter Davenport certainly in plenty of space there. Orbiston, Davenport, Gibson, Kilcline as far as Phillips. This is Bennett. And Burrows. Coventry have got three waiting in the centre. Oh, tremendous clearance by the England captain. A very athletic piece of defending when there were two Coventry players, Ginn and McGrath, waiting to tuck the ball in, had Robson missed it. Here's the Manchester United substitution. Clayton Blackmore is coming on, and Gordon Strachan, who Alec Ferguson did think about resting tonight, is the player who's gone off. This is Burrows. Oh, Pickering, and Garton, who looked to have hesitated, actually made the clearance from Pickering. Peake got half a touch on it. Burrows through the crowd, deflection. Ginn! Oh, what a good goal! Michael Ginn. His fifth in 10 games. The lad who may only be a sub at Wembley, but would dearly love to start the match. And if he produces shots like this, he's a hard man to leave out. It ricocheted off two Manchester players, but when it fell for Ginn, he buried that right in the corner. Well, you can put that one down as a really well-taken goal by a midfield player who's never been out of the action here. Bennett. Oh, it comes off Garton. Now we're seeing a glimpse of the sparkling attacking football that has made Coventry one of the teams of the season. Ginn again. And Regis comes in for the header. And if anybody thought Coventry were going to take it easy on the way to Wembley, they're very much mistaken. Liverpool found that out to their cost last Saturday here. And even late in the game, Cyril Regis, torpedo-like, trying to get in on the cross from Michael Ginn. Whiteside's header out. A very enjoyable game, played in a tremendous spirit and showing something of Manchester United's determination to end the season with something to show for their efforts, and Michael Ginn's determination to press all the way for a place in the cup final team. It was his equaliser, a fine goal, and after losing at Tottenham, Manchester United draw here and have therefore played both cup final teams in the space of just 3 days. So I suppose for an informed view on what might happen at Wembley in 10 days' time, there's no better man to turn to than the Manchester United manager, Alec Ferguson.
There's a great atmosphere and excitement about Coventry just now, which will carry right into the final, I'm sure of that. And you see the way they even approached tonight's game. It was like a cup final to them. And they're not going to let that simmer or die. John Silt and George Curtis are keeping that sort of a tempo up, which really says a lot for them. Tottenham have got so much class. If they get in front at all at Wembley, I would imagine they would win. And but a good final, I think.
But you have a sneaking feeling that Coventry might surprise everybody?
Well, they've been surprising everyone all season. There's not one really torn them apart. They've had 2 great games against Tottenham. They beat them here 4-3 and lost 1-0 at Tottenham. So it really does, when you look at all these facts, I think it tells you it's going to be a really tight final.
And a reminder, the big day, May the 16th, that's just 10 days away. All the build-up and, of course, the final itself. Coventry Spurs on Cup Final Grandstand starting at 12 o'clock midday. And we'll have Cup